the distinctly non-Kawasaki green with the number 1 on it.
It's more of an emerald green, isn't it?
Yeah. It's certainly not highlighter green, unlike the machine next to it. Highlighter yellow, sorry. Okay, the revs rise, and away we go, and let's have a look. Oh, it's a good launch from Tyler as well. That's the impressive thing for me, because clutches always feel completely different on each bike, but he's managed to get away very nicely indeed, and he's going to lead the field around. I think Clinton there in 3rd place, if I'm right. Not quite sure that was in 2nd place. Maybe Morgan was up in the sharp end. Should be able to see that machine.
He'll be easy to spot, and it looks like that's a challenge there. And Morgan Creasy going up the inside of Tyler Donovan, so it was Morgan Creasy up into 2nd place. Briefly led it for about 5 or 10 metres, but Tyler Donovan with the switchback takes the race lead once again as they go through Palmer's, the first left-hander on the Snetterton 300 circuit layout, and it's Donovan from Creasy from Clinton Wood. Then a bit of a gap back to Tony Russo, who's the first of the extremes, and then Fuhinal's Matt Wren. Of course, you would expect Matt Wren to find his way through on the extreme machines as they go down the back straight very shortly for the first time. But Morgan Creasy, of course, on the GSXR 750.
Yeah, you can see he's got the corner speed there coming out of Agostini. He's going through Hamilton's, but as soon as they open the taps, you can see the extra herbs, the Kawasaki, really coming into play. This is an old Kawasaki, 2004, I think it is, but nonetheless.
Oh, got a rider down at Oggies there, unfortunately. The rider just took the front on the approach to the apex, and they are up and on their feet immediately and just trudging off, but that's a great shame to end the weekend in that manner.
Yep, absolutely it is. So down the back straight we go. This is, of course, is where Tyler Donovan's extra herbs are going to really pay out. And I imagine Clinton Wood will probably be all over the back of Morgan Creasy. We'll wait and see if they have a bit of a braking duel down there at the bottom end. And I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Morgan. He's pulled in some gap. I would have thought Tyler would have run away a little bit more with that particular effort. But no, it's Morgan staying right with him. And here we go round Corums, and have a look at Morgan. He's going to go all the way around the outside, is he? He's going to put the move on. He's going to go tight. He's going to go wide, surely a little bit wide on the exit. Here come the extra herbs of that Kawasaki. Surely it's going to be mirror signal manoeuvre as they come onto the front straight. Indeed it is, as Tyler Donovan leads the way over the line. It looks like his main championship rival there, and that of course is Clinton Wood. He's trying to get past that Kawasaki as well, but he can't quite do it. But again, Morgan so strong on the brakes as well. He revels in this Suzuki. Go on, mate.
It was number 63 of Matt Wren.
Oh, poor Matt.
The Thunderbike Ultra Class sponsor, of course, Matt Wren, TBR Performance, who took the front down there at August. But as we said, he is up and on his feet, perfectly okay. Just a little bit of a bruised ego, I'm sure, after that one on the opening lap.
Donovan on that Kawasaki a little bit further away than he was as they hit the brakes for Agostini's. But again, I remember Creasy last time came out right on the tail. This time the gap's half a dozen or so bike lengths. I think the battle could shortly be between Clinton Wood and Morgan Creasy. The Kawasaki of Donovan, I think, is going to extend its advantage here bit by bit as he goes round Williams. Clinton there unable to have the corner speed of the two guys in front of him, both of whom, to be fair, probably their ages combined probably match Clinton, something like that. And it's been a long weekend for Clinton because he's been doing the power bike races as well as the ultra races, so he's certainly getting his tyres worth out of it. And that might be another wrong set of tyres, because tyres are the most expensive thing on these bikes, and if you're having a bit of a busy weekend, maybe you're going through them a bit more than you'd like, of course. Too many factors to get in bike racing for us to be too presumptuous about what's going on. As they disappear down the back straight, and they are going to come around Corums once again.
Morgan's on the tail of Tyler there again, isn't he? Trying to do it again around the long way at Corums, and later on the brakes up the inside for Murray's, and just about parks it on the apex, runs a bit wide, and Tyler will use the superior power of that ZX10 to just blast by the 750, and Morgan tries to tuck into the slipstream, but he just can't keep up on the GSXR 750. Do
you know, I think Tyler will be quite happy to repeat that performance every single lap, really, because he just knows as soon as they open the taps and come out of the corner, he can just use those extra herbs. If you look at the lap times there, Morgan is the quickest of the two riders there, but we are talking by 6 hundredths of a second, so really not very much to choose between them, and the gap at the time might be only 6 hundredths of a second, but the gap between them at the line is 3/10 of a second, so that shows just how much quicker Donovan can go in a straight line. May goes past on Hinnells. That's for a position in the Thunderbike Extreme. So they're very close, as it looks like Tony Russo once again is running away with the Extreme race here this early on. Leaders already out of Agostini, and what I thought was going to be a Wood versus Creasy battle. Far from it. Creasy is managing to extend that gap between himself and Clinton Wood. Last time coming over the line it was 1.085. We'll keep an eye on that, because Morgan did go around about 8/10 of a second quicker than Clinton on the last lap. Wait and see what the gap times are. It's obviously the second lap of the 7-lap race, so we'll get some sector times here. Fastest is Tyler Donovan in the first sector, but look at Morgan. He's only a few hundredths of a second, 300ths of a second slower than Donovan, and of course that is the bit that involves the big long drag down the straight. I don't know what Morgan's plan is.
Well, he's planning to take the lead, because that's what he's doing around the bomb hole, and it is Morgan Creasy who leads as they go into Murray's. So what would be interesting to note here is that if Tyler Donovan's got a bit more power that we know he has, will he get by Morgan when they get to the line? Tyler is not quite close enough there, and they go to the wall. It's Morgan who would get it if it was to be that situation on the final lap.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. What was a 3/10 of a second is now a 1/10 of a second, and Creasy holds on to the lead, I think, at the first corner there. So the gap between themselves and Clinton Wood has doubled, basically. So Clinton is pretty much out of this battle for the lead. However, Tyler, I think Tyler might be looking at going, do you know what, I'm not in a battle with Creasy for the championship. I might let Morgan go, because Morgan is mad, and unless he can do it cleanly, he's not riding at 10/10. I know Tyler did say he's very respectful of the fact that this is the pride and joy for its owner, Jeremy Hill, our club chairman, of course, our leading rider coach. And yep, Morgan Creasy, he is really pouring the power on with that machine. Up they go towards the fast left-hander at Hamilton's.
And he still holds on to the advantage there, doesn't he? But we'll be able to see as well how much Tyler gains as they go down the back straight. So when they go into Williams, what's that? About 7 bike lengths or so? Something like that. We'll wait and see. The Kawasaki should be quicker in a straight line. Let's watch them as they tuck in tight. And look, he's gaining towards the end of the straight, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to outbrake him, actually. And we do know what Morgan has got is corner speed. And of course, from under the bridge all the way back around to out of Murray's is pretty much all corner. And where he gains those fractions of a second, we have a look at the sector times there in the first sector. There's 2/10 of a second between them. So that's how much quicker Creasy was than Donovan in that first sector, where he shouldn't, theoretically at least. Well, it looks like there was a slight mistake there, because Morgan Creasy's got quite an advantage here, and that's Clinton Wood going around the outside of Tyler Donovan.
Problem for Tyler Donovan then, unfortunately. Now, or is it something that's terminal, or is he going to come into the pit?
I think he's got his hand in the air. I'll try and keep an eye on
no, poor Tyler. What a horrible weekend for him.
Waiting for him to... Yeah, I can't quite see. Yeah, he's into the pits. Tyler Donovan's in the pits, Keith.
Well, it's on his bike. He's not going to risk it if something's come up, unfortunately. So to add to his misery on the weekend, this is good news for Clinton Wood. That very much keeps his championship chances very much alive. So all of a sudden it will be Tyler Donovan who'll be rapidly joining the Morgan Creasy fan club, because he needs Creasy to try and keep Wood behind him. And if I have a look at the points, you can see Morgan's actually 4th in the championship. Matt Wren is out of this one, so without going through it, I think we're going to have a very tight top 3 going into the next round between Tyler, Clinton and Morgan. Connor Swire's not here this weekend. Justin Rose is out injured. Let's not worry about the rest of them at this stage, but the top 4 could be awfully close when we go into the last round. So Morgan Creasy is adding his name, with any luck at least as far as he's concerned, to the winners list so far this year. He's got a couple of wins under his belt, or one earlier today as well, so he's looking good to suddenly become another serious championship contender. And of course Morgan's won this championship twice, so he knows what it takes to win it, doesn't he, Bradley?
Yeah, certainly. Those back in 2023 and 24. And I'm just looking as well, just turning the attention to the Thunderbike Extremes. there's only half a second in between David May and Fu Hinnels. Now, Tony Russo is 12 seconds up the road, but that battle for the second and third place in the Thunderbike Extremes, that's fourth and fifth on the track, David May and Fu Hinnels only separated by half a second, so we'll keep an eye on them when they come back into our sights, because Morgan Creasy on the GSXR 750 is well out in front now. It was 3.6 seconds when they came across the line one lap ago, but I think Clinton Wood knows that his nearest rival in the championship is out of the race. He'd have seen Tyler cruising on the inside of Corrams, so through goes Morgan, and the gap has opened up to 4.9 seconds in fact. So Clinton Wood on that previous lap, a 2-minute 0.2. As there goes Tony Russo. Now the battle of the extremes heading around Murray's now, and it is still Dave May who's got the advantage, I think, there over Fu Hinnels, but we are on the penultimate lap now. So 77, the former champion in this class, David May, ahead of number 82 Fu Hinnels, this time around by 0.4 of a second, and they're both putting in personal best laps of the race with every passing lap. So Fu Hinnels earlier on a 2:03.3, so it's not quite a PB for Fu Hinnels across the weekend, but he's still lapping pretty close to it.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I have to say I'm very impressed with Tony Russo's efforts this weekend as well, actually. Tony, to be fair, he's kind of becomes a forgotten man because he just gets on and does what he does very, very metronomically. We did see him giving some of the riders a very hard time yesterday when that little 750 again proved how agile those bikes are and how useful the agility is even on a power circuit like this. And David May, another former champion, as in saying, no, Tony's riding superbly, he just cannot get near him this weekend. So Tony Russo is defending champion, of course, in the Thunderbike Extreme Championship and looking good to reclaim that crown. Obviously, the class has been a little bit thin this year, but as we always say, you can only beat who shows up. But to be fair, looking at where he is now against Creasy and Wood in third place there, that's a genuinely good effort from him. So the 530 machine of Morgan Creasy comes around Corrams once again down into Murray's. He's going to be getting the last lap flag this time round. Clinton Wood will know he's in a very safe second place. I don't know if he's looked over his shoulder and had a bit of a look and see where Tony is, but he might be getting a board as well. Not a lot of boards coming down there, but you don't need a board really when you can have a quick look over your shoulder and see, yep, I've got a very safe gap there. See Andy Houghton watching the racing. I'm not sure why Andy's not being able to make it out in this race, but it's a great shame to see him sidelined there. Maybe he's in praying for rain. So there was a board for Tony Russo telling him that, yep, you know how far behind you are, but more importantly it's what's behind you. And that is a big old gap before David May and Fu Hinnels come and join us. So we'll wait as those two come up the front straight. There's David May, there's Fu Hinnels, big Fu. They come across the line with the hurry-up flag being waved in Fu's face at less than a second between them, 8.899. Sean Wallace is pretty much out of this one, as is Eagling, Abraham, Holden, Fag, and the rest of the runners. Tyler Donovan into the pits, Matt Wren into the dirt. Creasy will be coming around. Now where is Morgan? There he is, yep, down. Oh, he's on the back straight. I thought he was further ahead than that. There we go.
No, he's heading in towards Williams now, and then heading down the back straight very shortly there. In fact, we'll keep an eye on him as they go down the back straight. And that fluorescent highlighter yellow machine, there he goes down the straight now. So we'll pick up his first split time here. He'll know that he's got 7.3 seconds advantage over Clinton Wood because he has got a pit board going out down there.
Okay, he's Holly working the board for him.
Yeah, it looks like she is down there, about halfway down the pit board.
Okay, yep, that's all good. Well, she'll have something to cheer about very shortly indeed, because he'll be bringing it home yet again.
Yeah, so Morgan Creasy coming into this weekend had two victories in this championship. He took the race win earlier on this morning, so he's about to double his win tally for the season, Keith.
That's absolutely brilliant. So well done to Morgan. That's genuinely impressive stuff from him. Over he goes. Well, another victory for Morgan Creasy, proving himself a serious championship challenge. Because what we have to remember, Bradley, is that we're just over halfway through the championship, of course. So there are still lots of races, lots of points to be gained, and literally anything can happen. Clinton Wood, though, another serious challenge for him in the championship this year, ahead of Tony Russo in third place, 7 seconds behind for Tony, but another convincing win for him in the extreme class. Only person, 2 people go sub 1 minute in this particular race, Creasy and Wood.
Well, across the line, David May second of the extremes there, and eventually it was by 0.8 of a second over Fu Hinnels. But both riders, again, as we said, putting in personal best lap times on their final lap. 2 minute 3.4 for both riders. Fu Hinnels a 2 minute 3.463 on that last lap, which is very close to his best of the weekend. Next up, Sean Wallace, 4th position for him, ahead of the number 373 machine of Robert Eagling. So that will be his first podium of the weekend, and in fact Robert Eagling, that will be his first podium of the season, Keith.
There we go. Travis, we've been saying nice things about you again. Swedish treats. You are fantastic, thank you, and well done on the results this weekend as well, Travis. You must be well pleased with those, aren't you? Yeah, it's good. Where are we going to see you at the next round at Donington Park? You're missing Donington as well. Oh dear, that's a shame. When are you back out with us? Snetterton again, next to Snetterton. All right, well, congratulations. Thank you for the buns. Really appreciate it.